Today we're going to be looking at the last lesson for Chapter 7, 7.7, Identifying Types of Symmetry on the Cartesian Plane. Before we get into that, we're just going to go through an example here of the last two lessons. So if I had this object right here, and I were to ask you, is there any symmetry in this object? So there's two things that you need to be looking at. You need to look if there is rotational symmetry and linear symmetry. So maybe I'll place it this way, it might be easier to see. Is there a way that I can cut this shape in half or fold it on itself and it lines up and matches perfectly? So if you're looking at it, you should be telling me that there is a line of symmetry here. There is a vertical line. You should be able to see that there is a horizontal line of symmetry. Okay, but there is not a diagonal line, because if I were to fold this here, this red would land on this blue space, and that does not actually match. Okay, so lines of symmetry, two. One horizontal and one vertical. If I then asked you, is there any rotational symmetry? So that means, could I spin it around the center point and it land and look exactly how it began? So if I kept spinning, I would say that it would match here, order of 1, 2. Okay, so it has an order of rotational symmetry of 2, which means that my angle of rotational symmetry is 180 degrees. If I did a second example, looks like this. Okay, is there any linear symmetry? Okay, so can I cut this or fold this shape in half and both sides be the same? So I could cut it this way, 1. This time, could I do diagonal as well? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm back where I started. So I guess it's just technically 8, because this one is where I began. Okay, so it has 8 lines of symmetry. Okay, some are diagonal, some are horizontal and vertical. Okay, second question, is there any rotational symmetry? So could I spin it around the center and it matches up perfectly? So when this top goes over to the side, I would say that it matches. So every time that it is going, it would have a match. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or did I count that one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. Okay, so just like that, please make sure you're not double counting. Okay, so linear symmetry and rotational symmetry.